Ooh, y'all put in that work, streamers. Put in that fucking work. It ain't gonna be me, but I believe in you. I believe in y'all. Oh shit, they're on the right. My bad, y'all. My bad. Hang on. Oh shit. Hey, yeah. Hey. She got pretty eyes. Oh, is that the only reveal trailer? I haven't seen the reveal trailer. I didn't know it was so quick. Okay. Where should I move my camera? I'll just put it up here. Is the chat okay, y'all? Or you all want me to move the chat too? Let me know. Throw into, and this is her, got his priorities in check. Hey, I mean, if it's money, man, make it. I'm pretty sure she didn't mind. She's probably like, you better fucking go. That's what I would be.
We are back for another Warriors Den. What's up, everybody at home? I hope you're all ready for the big reveal of the new hero, the Varangian Guard. Changes. I'm sure players are super excited about converted maps. Yes. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the next segment. We're going to do a deep dive into the narrative and the art design for the new hero, the Varangian Guard. And but before that, I just want to thank Stefan for joining me on the segment.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Yeah, and there's more. We've got an awesome gameplay trailer for you for the new hero. So feast your eyes upon this.
Dear Uncle, you failed to slay us all. I live. I am at the gates, and not alone. All my life, something was missing. But in exile, I found it. True dedication. A bond unbreakable. The promise of the Varangian Guard. Justice is on the march. Can you hear it?
Ooh. Okay. You saw that like flip thing? Like she like rolled. That was pretty cool. That was pretty clean. Yeah, I want to see the concept art of her. I love seeing concept art. Gimme.
Oh. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, man, that was such a hype trailer. I'm so excited. So excited for Varangian Guard. And if you're excited, too, we got good news because, again, next week, February 1st, the Varangian Guard is going to be available for everybody for $7.99 USD and on February 14th for 15K steel. So get ready for that. It's going to be awesome. And, yes, we are going to normally have like a 2-week period before they're available for steel. But because it's our anniversary, we want to just do it a little earlier by One day. So get ready for that. It's going to be awesome. So, but for this segment too, we are going to dive into the narrative, the lore, the art, all of the stuff that is so important, at least definitely to me, and I know to a lot of people here on the couch. So I'm very excited to hear about this. So welcome everybody. Steph, thanks for sticking around and talking more about this awesome new hero, the Varangian Guard. So.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. Cool. And also, we're joined over here on the very far couch, but our amazing game writers. We have Andre, we have Ian. It's okay.
Close to your heart.
That's close, always close to the heart. That's great. And Raf, of course, our resident historian. So thank you all for joining us on the couch today. So let's dive into this. Steph, you want to give a little introduction now for the hero?
Of course, it's my pleasure to talk here now about the Varangian Guard hero. It's our first fully armored Viking.
So many of them are
So that's
awkward. I
pretty
love
cool.
it. Nah, seriously.
All the other Vikings just roll up in whatever they got, and this one's like, I'm actually going to prepare for battle and try to win this thing. So super hyped to bring this.
Nice.
This hero is female body type. She has an axe in the one hand and a shield in the other. And when we talk about the aspects of her play, we're going to talk about kind of two things. One is going to be the violent Viking aspect, and the second will be the loyal mercenary aspect. The violent Viking, of course, is represented through the axe, which is really going to bite into opponents, embed in them in a way that the others don't, and set her up for her really fun, kind of cool mix-up that others will talk about in the next segment. We'll get to that. But yes, this is Violent Viking, and I can't wait for this mix-up. It's fun. And then the second is a loyal mercenary, and that's going to be well represented through her shield, her ability to multi-block and defend herself. You're going to see that in a couple moments as well. And she's going to really help her team out with her feats that are going to bring benefits to her teammates, feat 1, feat 3, for survivability and killability, and her tier 4, which is really going to help her move forward with the team and take back space for their team. So
Nice.
Can't wait to show that in the next segment with the others.
That's very cool. Well, yeah, thank you very much. Sounds really cool. I'm very excited to see just the next Viking. And also, I want to say thank you so much because now we get to round out that missing space in the roster now. So my OCD is very appreciative of that because, oh boy, it's been 4 years almost since Yorm. So.
Ooh, but who's counting, eh?
Me, but that's okay. So it's great. So
It's another Black Prior.
But let's talk a bit more about the story. So let's Andre and Ian, can you tell us a bit more about who is this Varangian Guard for us? What's the story for Honor when it comes to her?
Happy to get into it. Yeah. So the Varangian Guards are mercenaries. They travel the world fighting for various clients. And in their travels, their identities have evolved. And in one way, you can see that in their appearance. As Stefan's mentioned, they are fully armored Vikings. You also see it in their language as well. So the dialogue in game is a mix of Greek and Icelandic. So as you know, all of our Vikings speak Icelandic. It's Greek, that's new, and it's a little bit of a clue to where the Varangian Guards have been to in the world. So we're not going to nail it down, but that's your clue. And so when you hear them speaking Greek, this is when their more mercenary side is coming out. It represents, how stoic they are. They're there to get a job done. It's refined. And then when they slip into the Icelandic, that's when you hear that Viking core that Stefan mentioned coming out. And they're more brutal, violent. Their blood is up on the battlefield. But what makes the Varangian Guards so famous as mercenaries is their loyalty. So they're intensely loyal to each other, as you can see in the feats Stefan mentioned as well. But they're also loyal to their clients. So a lot of mercenaries get a bad rep for, betraying their clients if a better offer comes along. Their allegiance is really only to whoever will pay them the most money. Not so with the Varangian Guards. If they say they're going to fight for you, they will fight for you, no matter what. So they cost a lot of money, but what you're buying is that ironclad loyalty. So that begs the question, how do the Varangian Guards fit into the seasonal narrative? And I believe Ian has some more information to share on that.
Go ahead, Ian.
I do. Yes.
I
Right.
hope so.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
Because I compared nothing, so it has to be you.
I wonder what happens.
Yes, absolutely. Let's just wind the clocks back a little bit. In TU1, we had the Highlander Maddox. He betrayed his people, his chieftain, to side with Horkos. He killed everyone who was, not by himself. He and his men killed everyone who was loyal to Chimera, but there is one who escaped. If players paid attention to the lore orders, they might have noticed that the chieftain's daughter escaped. And now we can officially reveal that this chieftain's daughter, her name is Katla, and she is our main Varangian Guard hero. Katla went into exile when her uncle unceremoniously took the throne.
Not for real.
She
They've
roamed
put
the
a
frozen
lot of
wastelands of Alkenheim
thought
until
into
she
it. I
came
like
across
it.
the Varangian Guard. And there, they took her in. She trained with them. She learned their ways. She learned their cultures. She became one of them. Eventually, she took the pledge, became a Varangian Guard herself. And now her first act is she's hired her own crew to go back to Heathmore to reclaim her village. So now it's Katla versus Maddox, and it's the Varangian Guard versus Horkos, and it's really we're putting an exclamation point here on the year of injustice because there's been so many injustices. We had a lot of Horkos has been wreaking havoc pretty much throughout all of year 7, but now finally some good guys are coming in and trying to balance the scales a little bit. Yeah, what do you think about that, Andre?
I'd say that's absolutely accurate. The Varangian Guards are these paragons of hope. Now at the end of Year Injustice, like you said, it's a great way to cap it off. And as you also heard in the trailer, there's the line, "Justice is on the march." So they really do represent, a ray of light at the end of this dark, dark year. And I believe Maddox, he also tries to do something pretty schemy in character for him,
he's
right?
a sleazy guy,
Yeah.
and even he himself, when he sees the Varangian Guard coming, he realizes the threat they represent, and he's like, oh, wait, maybe I can try and,
Domuglas.
wrestle something out of it. So he tries to hire them from underneath, Cadla. He offers them more money, but as Andre said, they have their morals, they have their code. They refuse. They're here to fight for Cadla. They're here for him. So
it's very ironic too, considering that the Varangian Guards have no blood relation whatsoever to Katla. They're mercenaries. They're mercenaries in general are famous for being just greedy, and yet they show more loyalty to her than her own blood. So just goes to show the level of his treachery.
Exactly. Right? I mean, it's treason, right? The season is treason, and now
It was
we're
treason,
rectifying it.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Surprising because at some point I thought that the message was, "Hey, Maddox was right," and now no, I learned that he's wrong.
I mean,
It's-
that's
you
up
can
for
argue it.
debate.
You can argue it.
but Maddox did nothing wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I thought this was the plan. Oh.
I guess not. I guess not. We got to keep reading those lore orders, though. That's awesome. Well, it sounds great. I'm excited to really cap off the conflict between these two, the Oathbreaker and this Oathkeeper. So that's a really cool way to again cap off the year, like you said. So that's the Varangian Guard in the lore for honor. But obviously, this was like a real world kind of group of people. So from a historical angle, Raph, can you share what were the inspirations for this? Like, how far down does this?
Can we see
rabbit hole
concept
go?
art, please?
Yeah, of course. We took inspiration from history for that. The Varangian Guard is probably the most famous military unit of the Middle Ages. The members of the Guard were Norse people mostly from Scandinavia, fighting across Europe and the Middle East and selling their services as mercenary, and they're mostly associated with the Byzantine Empire, it's a successor of the Roman Empire in the Middle Ages, and it was at the time the wealthiest and most sophisticated state pretty much in Europe and the Middle East. So it was a right place to go if you wanted to fight for money.
Gingy.
There, in the capital of the empire, Constantinople, the Varangian Guard served as the personal guard of the emperor, but also as shock troops that were really renowned for their fearlessness, their violence, as Stefan said, and their loyalty. We have one example in more than 200 years of history of their existence, of them revolting against their employer. So yeah, this is really special. And this loyalty, we were drawn to it when we started thinking about the hero. This was something that we really wanted to represent, but it's not the only aspect that we wanted to represent. We used also the fact that the Varangian Guard, so they were coming from other places and traveling. Some would go, get paid, and come back. In Norway, for instance, there is a famous story about a king of Norway called Harald Hardrada. We took inspiration from history to get the story of Katla, her coming back, being exiled and coming back. But also, when they go somewhere, they are Vikings. Yes, Vikings in their core, but they become Vikings with a twist because they live embedded and surrounded by another culture, this Byzantine culture. And we wanted to reflect this multiculturalism or biculturalism. So we have a Viking with a twist, a Viking who has a few Greek words, a Viking who fights in a bit more of a structured way than the other Vikings. A Viking who has, of course,
Let's
a
see
lot
it.
of armor. A Viking who is so it's reflected also in executions, mood effects, the music. There are some Armenian and Byzantine influences there, and
Nice.
of course also in weapons, armor sets, art in general.
Great. Well, I mean, speaking of art too, we have some concept art too that we can kind of show. You can kind of walk us through a bit of that process.
Absolutely, this is something I like so much. So we started from history, so from manuscripts, from text descriptions, from archaeological diggings, from drawings from the
Really
time,
hope the
all
hot chick shows
kind of
up now. She's
sources.
part of
But
the
from
animation
history, we
team.
build our fantasy, and the fantasy we wanted to build was an armored Viking,
She might.
as
She might.
Stefan mentioned. What does it mean, an armored Viking? Well, you've seen it. You see it on the key art that we have here and on the concept art on the screen. So an armored Viking has a helmet, of course, and you have multiple kind of helmets that we used. Greaves, shin pads, multiple layers of armor. So of
Ooh,
course you would
I like
have
that
some
left one.
gambaison, which
That's
is pretty much
clean.
a clothed pad.
I like the mask.
Padded cloth armor. You have chainmail, you have scale mail, you will have some multi-layers of leather, and you have something I personally really love, which is it's called Varangian bra in sources. So it's like leather straps that link or hold the chainmail and holds a centerpiece, a cardiophylax. It's a protection for the heart, and this is really iconic, and we wanted to include it, and well, we did.
So we did, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty armored Viking. We also added some other elements just to give some personality to the hero. A pouch, because well, it's a mercenary, so she is getting money in her pouch, and she has a tunic, a decorated tunic, because she's a palace guard, and she needs to go to court and to appear in court events. So yeah, multiple layers of explanation and multiple layers of armor. That's
Nice.
the important point.
And I think, like, speaking of armor as well, like, right, there was a lot of work that went into some customization for the armor, right? So,
Absolutely. I mentioned that we had that fantasy of an armored Viking, but another aspect that we really wanted to nail was the customization aspect. We wanted to give the Varangian Guard. It's a unit. You are issued with standard
I
equipment.
like the cloak
But you also
or the cape.
You want to bring in some element of individuality into the guard, coming from different places. And we wanted the player to be able to have this choice, to be able to go with the cape, without cape, different types of helmets.
I like the
You'll
cape.
see that there is a set that has a face reveal. There are other sets that have a conic head, conic helmet with an aventail, which is a way to protect your face. Some others have complete face masks. You can see it here. It's inspired from neighboring culture, the Sicilian Norman from Italy that the Varangian Guard would have fought. So yeah, you have multiple options. In the armor, you also have different types of chainmails. You have different types of scale mails. You can go with other types of armor too. You can see the many types of customization that are available and that we wanted to offer as an option.
they also seem to really like the pointy helmets.
Okay, the gear looks great. I can't wait.
historical
Yeah, the gear
reason
looks
for
pretty
for
good.
the
Yeah,
pointy
yeah.
helmets?
You want me to say that they stab their
A
opponents
little
with their
bit, yeah.
head?
I kind of want to know where's the
No,
history for that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not the
Ah,
case.
darn.
Well,
Okay.
maybe they did, but that's not what my sources tell me.
Okay.
Basically, the helmet, it's to protect your skull. Everyone's
As is
Yeah,
tradition.
that.
I'm aware.
So basically, if
I like
it
the
is
fur.
like that,
Like the
it
tufts right here.
deflects blows much better than if it was some really square kind of helmet. There are other types of helmets, but in their case, we went with this one. We also have a helmet like this one, which is a late Roman Ridge helmet, many jewels. This is us taking the liberty of going up and down the thousands of years of Roman and Byzantine history that preceded the Varangian Guard.
Wow.
We mentioned customization. I did.
Yeah.
There are also options that we have with material, with color sets.
Yeah.
As you can see,
Yeah.
the entire armor will change. You can apply the
Hell yeah,
the
dude.
material changes to it, and we try to maximize it so that you can do as much as you can and change
Blue kind of fire
and
now. That is
express
blue.
yourself
I
as
mean,
much
that is
as you
fire.
as you want with the material, but
Ooh, hang
also
on.
with the
The
color
cape doesn't
sets,
change though.
and you can go with
Okay,
as
no,
many
never mind.
colors as we have and as many colors as you want.
Nice.
Okay, okay.
Is there a particular color you think you'll be playing with?
I mean, they got a purple ponytail right now, so I think I might just go with that.
The
so.
dark purple is really historical too. I would go with this one, but pink is also something I like, but not historical, but really I like it. So hey,
It's
we can go
expression
with
though,
that.
so
Yes.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah,
I have a history question.
Oh, yeah.
For the
gosh.
professor.
Well, for him,
Or maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's for the people at home. But could you explain maybe why we pronounce it Varangian and not Varangian?
Yes, you're right.
Varangian.
So basically, the loyalty was really important for. So it's something that's so important that it's actually embedded into their name. The name Varangian in English, it comes from Old Norse Veringjar, which means sworn companion or oath taker. And so, yeah, this was something that they would do. They would take an oath to their lord. It could be in Scandinavia, or in our case, mostly to the Byzantine emperor. And this oath was their bond. They lived by it. They often died by it too. But yeah, it was so important that it was their name. And this is why we've been pronouncing it in this Old Norse fashion with the RG.
That's good. I know
Cool.
during the development I had to remember it because I always thought of like a karate gi, and I don't know why. That's just how I could remember like the hard G there. But it's good to know there's actual, again, like history behind it, which is always awesome.
Well, it's a basis. we go into fantasy. From there, we go into fantasy,
Right.
but there is a basis.
Now, speaking of the historical elements, we talked a lot about the armor, but I think you have something hiding behind the couch over there. We can show off a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was really well hidden. I'm sure no one saw it.
Nobody saw it.
Yeah, I've been dying to do this since the trailer.
There
know?
you go.
So yeah, I will let a wonderful Alex, JC, and Vanessa talk about why we chose the long axe and the kite shield.
Is that the
for
girl you're
Zero,
talking about?
The gameplay reasons, the animation reasons. But from an art and history point of view, well, the Varangian guards, they were called in sources Aspidiforoi, so shield bearer, and Pelekiforoi, so axe bearer. So we wanted to go with that. But when we design weapons, we go like on a scale from realistic to mythological. We start with weapons who are more, what they are used, exactly what they're used to be. So
I'm a
you have
bust.
some metal, but not too much. Then we clean it up. We add some metals, some ornaments, some different ways to express yourself. The weapons for a mercenary, they are the tools of the work. So I could believe that as a mercenary, you would want to show off, to try to show that you've survived, to use your weapons as a memento for fallen companions or
Sounds pretty
brothers or
crazy.
whoever. And so more and more you can add elements. You can add some more weapon, some more metal, some more precious metal. You can go into a more fantastical way too.
That one's
and
insane.
use different
That's a bit
things
too
that
much
are
for me,
inspired
but looks
both,
cool.
So the double nature comes back here too. So both from the Viking mythology and from the Roman and Byzantine history, also mythology or symbols. And more when you go into you go up the scale into the mythological, you would have more gold, you would have more tessellated glass, which is something really important in Byzantine art. You would have a lot of symbols. But yeah, as you can
That's-
see,
that's awesome.
multiple animals.
Yeah, and I think there was like one animal in particular you were really excited about to
Yes,
express on the
it's
weapon.
the
Ooh,
last one.
wings.
The dragon. So
Yes.
of course dragons, they're staple of Viking mythology, but they were really, really important in the Roman and then Byzantine armies, and so Varangian
It was
Guard
lacking
too.
in the beginning, but
the,
damn.
they had a
Yeah,
sigil
they're going
that was
crazy
called
right
a
now.
Draco, and it was pretty much like a dragon-shaped sigil that you would go into battle with. For 1,000 years, the Romans and the Byzantines used that, and we know that the Varangian Guards were the last to do it in history.
Wow.
So this is the shield and the axe I was talking about. So whether you want to be more realistic or you want to be more mythological, we have you covered. And you want to feel like a 1,000-year-old Roman fighting as the Viking Varangian Guard, well, we have you covered too.
We offer all sorts, so that's amazing.
We try.
We try.
Really, I want to give a big shout out to the art team because they worked so hard on this, and it's a team effort. There are multiple people who do that, including the Chengdu team that we love very much, and we thank very much too. So yeah, it's the result of the work of these many people.
That's awesome. Yeah, and again, looks absolutely incredible. And you know, honestly, big shout out to you three as well for crafting all this amazing like lore, going back into the history. I love me some lore. It's like it's just one of my things. But no, so yeah, thank you three as well for again just making this amazing story to help us bring this new hero to life. So that's awesome. Final word before we switch because we're gonna jump into some gameplay and animation next. But Steph, anything else you want to say about our Varangian Guard here?
I mean, I can't always wait. I can never wait for players to get their hands on it.
Yes.
It's always fun to see how they will express themselves on the field and destroy their opponents on it as well.
Nice. Good.
Same. Just excited to see players sink their teeth into the story too, and read those lore orders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Justice is on the march
On the march.
for Valkenheim.
So Maddox maybe did something wrong. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Debatable. Debatable.
Not sure.
Debatable. All right. So that's for that. So for everybody out there who wants to hire the services of the Varangian Guard yourselves, next week, February 1st, you can do that for $7.99 USD, and on February 14th for 15K steel. So keep an eye out for that.
February
And don't
14th.
go anywhere because we're going to be right back with some people to start talking about the animation and the gameplay and get a little hands-on time with our newest hero, the Varangian Guard. So we'll be right back.
Coolio. I'll be honest, I'm not, I don't know like the full lore of For Honor, so I'm kind of, it's a little hit and miss there for me. If the moveset is goated, I'm gonna go nuts. Honestly, I think this is where people are most like, seeing if it's like copy and paste. But we'll see. We shall see. Also, Gingy, you can hear everything pretty well, right? I will say I really like the shape of the shield. The shape and the size of the shield. Yeah, it's good? Okay, cool. Shit, if she's good enough, we can get her together, Gingy. We'll get her together, bro. Oh, pop stars freaking screaming? Let me lurk. Let me lurk. Yeah, honestly, I think I might buy her. Might buy her. We'll see. Shoot, she's gonna take your your Black Prior's place, Genji? Shoot. LOL, it might. It might. We'll see, we'll see.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're so happy you're still with us to talk more about the gameplay and the animation of the Varangian Guard. And who better to discuss all of that with us than these three amazing people on the couch with me today. We have, again, you know her, the queen of all animation, Vanessa is back with us. Our Lord and Savior, JC. Awesome talk about gameplay.
Okay, I've seen him before.
The designer of the Varangian Guard, Alex, is on the couch with us too. Hello and welcome to you all. How are you doing today?
Thank you.
Excited?
Oh my god, it's such a
super
great
excited.
day. Yeah.
I can't believe Steph announced all of these things.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
right?
Really, Steph, save some for the rest of us. No, no, it's awesome. Yeah, what an exciting den. Like, I love it. It's amazing. But let's dive into it because I'm sure people really want to start to see, you know, what the Varangian Guard can do, what it's all about. So let's start with JC. Like, if you could describe this hero in 3 words, like, what would you say?
3 words. That's not enough words. But
You're already over 3. I'm
so
sorry. No.
when we're building this hero, right, where there's 3 very, very specific aspects that we were looking for. The first one is we want to create a more support hero. It's something we haven't really had in For Honor, to have a hero that's really built around supporting your allies in a more defensive manner, because our second keyword is defensive, right? So we want to have a support defensive hero that really you feel like you want to get close to your allies and help them in battle, not necessarily with ganking, but more with helping them succeed. And we'll see how that pans out with a moveset that's a little bit different, but it's pretty interesting. And finally, we were really focusing a lot as well on the tactical aspect of this hero, as well as like where to position yourself, how to position yourself, when do you use specific moves, having a lot of skill-based play there, with how to time your attacks, how to time your abilities to make sure everything's great, and really have a good tactical control of battle.
Black
So I'm
Prior
super
support and
excited.
defensive.
Really, really awesome. We have like something pretty cool to show off.
Nice,
I'm
nice.
excited.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait to look into that too. But you know, we also want to know. We also know that, you know, apart from the game design too, so much of the work too is a big animation component. So it looks good. So, Vanessa, can you tell us what it was like to work on like this new Varangian Guard as well?
Go ahead,
Going
Queen.
back to Viking, finally.
Yes.
That was so great to dive back into their. You know, it's the first Viking with the armor that she has.
That's right.
So it's like the challenge that we had in the animation team to represent the wildness of the Viking, the rawness. But she's not just that.
Mm-hmm.
Like her background and the fact that she went away and the training that she got. And she's also the daughter of a warlord. So, you know, maybe you show her 1 or 2 trick, you know. So all of that was really, really important for me and for the animation team to create something that will be represented. So all the rawness of the Viking, but also the discipline and the defensive too. So because she has a big shield and she wants to use it. So.
Right. And speaking of which, because I know Raph demonstrated
Raph
a bit,
showed
but
before me.
but I wanted to pull him on this side because I really wanted to play with
Yes.
him too. But yeah, like this, these are the props.
Yes, those
right?
were
For-
the actual props from the mocap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty heavy, right?
They're sizable.
They're
yeah.
pretty heavy. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
heavy. So they are to scale as well from in game. So it's really funny. But because it's really heavy and because the mocap actor needs to swing left and right for
Right.
8 hours, do the nav and all of that. Sometimes we use the berserker axe
Oh, just
right
to,
there, which is also the shaman axe too.
It's pretty cool because you look at a scale comparison, right?
Yeah. I feel a little.
It's
Yes.
real different.
I know, I was like,
Nobody can say these are the same
I'm like-
weapon, right?
I'm like, I feel a little small compared to this.
And,
now,
and
right?
sometimes it's, I mean, it's of course important to have the right weight for the actor to be able to
Yeah.
represent the animation.
Yeah.
And she's very heavy. Like the player will notice when they play her, like you can feel the heaviness. And for me, it was really important to represent that. But I need to give them a break once in a while and not break their arms. So this one was pretty useful too. So
Yeah, our mocap actors are really, really, really
Yeah,
good.
they're
but
trained for this, but, you know,
they're still
it's,
humans, right?
exactly. And I mean the length of the pole as well. Like sometimes you do a swing, but we need to take into consideration that it's not clipping and all of that. So yeah, a lot of.
I would love to be someone that they
think about,
use
but
for like
it's
their
pretty neat to have them,
animations.
real size like this.
I love
Honestly.
our props department.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
it's so cool.
The thing is, I find it's interesting you're talking about how, she's heavy, the weapons are heavy,
Mm-hmm.
because it's our first heavy hero in quite a while. I know a lot of players
Yes,
were
it's true.
excited to go like, oh, we're doing hybrids quite often, but we're super happy to be able to have a
Yeah.
new heavy hero.
And
It's
all
super
all
cool.
what.
Yo, Gingy, thank you so much for that gift sub, dude. Thank
She behave herself.
you.
with this
Tachimi,
armor.
hey. W. Thank you so much, Gingy. Much love.
And she's also like the shield is pretty
I
permanent.
fuck with it
because
too, low key, for
defensive, yes,
real.
But in the gameplay element, she's gonna use it a lot in something that you might call the
We'll
multi-block or
see,
something.
yeah.
But I'll
Thank you,
let
Gingy.
We'll have to see what
Jason
Alex.
and Alex show it, but
Yeah, because one of the things that's also super important to us when we're building a new hero, even though like we have Vikings with axes, right? We have Vikings with swords, we have Vikings with shields, we have Vikings with like all sorts
Yes.
of weapons. But then if you're looking at this and you think, oh yeah, it's kind of like warlordish, it's really, really not.
it's
right?
very challenging to create a new silhouette
Yeah.
with sometime a weapon that we already have. So, but her shield is pretty unique. Like
yeah,
the
so the
kite,
shield
the
is
kite.
super unique, so that's
yeah,
great.
So
The weapon is
and-
pretty unique as well.
Yeah, it's shorter than other hero, but longer. So it's a pretty good. But her silhouette is pretty unique. When you
Yeah.
play her, you feel completely different. Still Viking,
Yeah.
but different. So.
Also
Yeah,
with the
I-
pointy helmets
Yes,
too.
there
Yeah,
you go.
I love how like when we were doing the mocap and stuff, we were talking about how the aspects that Steph mentioned earlier, right? She's still a Viking. She's still violent. There's still a lot of strength behind her attacks, like with the axe that embeds, that sort of stuff. So it's super cool. But at the same time, there's still a more controlled element to how she is. She's not as wild as the other Vikings. That kind of proof of her training and how that sort of thing works. So it's I'm super excited. I'm really happy that we're able to kind of build this type of Viking that feels Viking,
Yes.
but is different from
Yes.
other Vikings. So it's really,
And
really
all
cool.
those elements were taken into consideration to.
Yeah, you really do feel the like
Nice.
Yeah,
initiate combat and control, and then you get into the chain and
think
it goes.
exactly.
Yeah.
I just know people in the
maybe
comments
that's
are
a good
going crazy
chance,
right now.
Alex, like, are we show some
It's the
hands-on
time.
time now? Are you gonna? What
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
tell
sure.
us about
Let's start.
the
Let's,
Varangian Guard?
Let's jump into the game to look at the character.
Okay,
You
okay.
can see pretty unique silhouette. Also, massive shout out to the animation team just for the twitching stance.
Yeah, it looks
Oh my
amazing,
God,
right?
you
We take a
feel
lot
the
of
weight
time.
so
Ooh,
much.
that fucking shield up is nice.
Like I could do that,
That
for
shit.
an hour.
Yeah.
Alright.
Slick.
So here we have a heavy hero. So those heroes tend to be a bit less extravagant in terms of the amount of moves. So we have a 2-hit chain, right? So light, heavy, 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 light,
Like heavy, yeah.
etc. So first, let's go with the lights. We really wanted to do a superior block focus hero. So all of our lights have superior block. You can see the ones in chains as well. You'll see later whenever she has other lights, it will also have a superior block. That's just a theme that's going to be recurrent.
The lights are also enhanced. It's great for offense as for a 2-hit hero. It's pretty
Exactly. In our case, you want to get to your finishers. So make a lot of
14
sense.
damage.
And also like
14
the
damage
weapon is
light?
quite heavy. it kind of really fits with the character as a whole. And then for the heavies, the heavy finishers are indestructible. So you can see like this wild swings. And if you notice, the axe gets embedded into the opponent in what we call the Aesir state. So what does that mean? When you embed the axe in the opponent, you can do a headbutt to just reset.
Ooh.
But they can dodge that headbutt. In which case you can guard.
Ooh.
if they do dodge attack, they will beat your guard break. So in this case, you can also just bait them to do it, parry or dodge or whatever.
It's important to note that headbutt, for all you frame checkers out there, is 400 milliseconds. It is fully unreactable. We've done tests with people that have borderline superhuman reactions, and they were not able to react to them at all. So that's great.
Nice.
Very, very potent mix-up.
Exactly.
Nice.
Of course, for the chains, you can also do the zone attack and to the finisher.
Yeah, so zone into light as well. So like all like zone acts as a opener basically.
Yeah. Then I guess we should jump into the specials.
Yeah.
First, let's look at that sprint attack because it's a top attack. So
pretty
it's kind of
unique.
quite unique. The dive in. You really feel the weight of the weapon as
Yeah.
she crashes down. And yeah. Of course, you can go to the chain.
I still feel like she's
Like
quick.
usually type of
Yo,
thing.
Ree, I'm gonna
That's
say
great.
this right now. Blackfire is
Yeah,
over
dodge
my
attack
bye.
as well?
Yeah.
On my new
So,
baby.
Cycles light, some dash
It's
light.
funny.
As you can see, because they're light attacks, they have this spear block property. Like if you attack me in top heavy, for example, I can just...
Ooh,
That's
okay.
pretty good.
And then for the openers, of course you have your enhanced light that helps, but with that shield, people are pretty used to just having a bash opener. Same as other heroes in terms of timing, so this helps you to get into that chain, get a extra way to open.
And then that
For
opener goes to that bash.
Yep.
That shield bash goes to your openers, right?
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
doesn't go to
exactly.
your second hit in your chain. So it does open up for chains where you get a chance to get a little bit deeper.
Exactly.
Bro, when that axe gets stuck, that animation's gonna suck.
Important to note,
Like,
'cause we
if
didn't
you're
touch
getting
on
hit
during
by
the
it.
chain, she doesn't have a bash and chain. Her heavy finishers are already unblockable, so you're kind of gonna do your mix-ups with those instead.
And so that was a conscious choice that we made as well, because her defense is quite potent, right? Having chain lights that actually you finish your
She
lights
dirty
that
as
have
fuck.
superior
for
block.
real.
They have like a long delay windows, all that stuff we can do with that. So we wanted to really focus on her defense there. And there's another little move that we want to talk about right now, right?
Yes. So with shields come great responsibility in a down stance. But this one is quite different. So first, it's kind of like a Ramusha, where it's just a temporary base one. You can cancel your attack recoveries into it as well. But of course, I can get guard broken.
If it lands, your
and,
teammate
I
probably
can
gets a
get
free
hit in
heavy
the
for
recovery.
sure.
So it's just you're gonna get those moments where you can bait the dodge attack, for example, going to your down stance. But you got to be careful because you got to time it. And then if we look at the follow-ups, so let's see. You have the heavy, which is unblockable. There's something special here we can do in any stance. I think this is the first time we do that with.
Yeah, it's the
down
first time that
stance
we
here.
end up having like those type of follow-ups be. You can pick your stance. It's very, very much the core of For Honor to be able to.
How are you
attack
feeling
in a
about the
specific
damage
stance,
and stuff?
choose where you're going, and this also adds like another layer of depth to this hero a little bit, where it's like, well, I can pick my stance. I can go in a situational manner where I have somebody on my left, somebody on my right. What am I going to do with it? And so, like, the other follow-ups are also interesting as well, right? So,
Yeah. So you got your top heavy for max damage, the side one if you want to hit someone on your side. You have the light attack. Of course, they have superior block as well.
Yeah.
And can chain.
What max damage top
You
heavy?
have the zone
18?
attack. So that's if you have like multiple people around you, for example. And just get away from me option. And then you got the bash.
Ooh,
that bash can
damn! That bash, they
So,
pushed them
of course, you
far!
can use it to ledge someone, but it can be used as well just to top heavy
Wait,
for a little
that-
bit more damage.
They push you far
Now
back.
some of you may have noticed, whenever I do block GC, the animation on the other side is quite different than usual. That's a place where we decided, let's try something new, where whenever you block someone with this, you will bind them. Right?
Bind
So
them?
that causes some difference. One, it gives you more time to decide what you want to be doing after, because you have so many options.
Yeah, you can delay the follow-up like quite
Yeah,
a bit.
that's, yeah.
Which is kind of cool, right? Because it gives you like a lot of control over when
She's
you
gonna
do
be
stuff,
annoying
gives
as
you a little bit more
fuck.
time to think, a little bit more time to look around what's going on around you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
She's
awesome.
good for heavy
It also
hero, but
means
this is
that if you
nuts.
block a
Black Pyro with the new
trajectory,
moveset.
Like, let's say someone's
She's gonna
attacking
change for honor,
GC,
bro.
but I'm in the way of the trajectory and I down stand, I'm just gonna interrupt them. The attack will never reach GC.
Yeah, so it's kind of like what, you have other heroes that can kind of like babysit gang, what we call it. Like you stay on the sidelines, you hold your full block, and you just wait there, and then you kind of like hope to catch trajectories, and sometimes you do. They don't necessarily bounce. You get your follow up, but it doesn't feel as good. So in this case, this is a big part of the support hero, right? So we want to be able to give her a way to very, very effectively counter those big, massive trajectories that we have in group fights.
Genji's
Because the
hyped.
majority of the opposing team, no big deal. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna tap down, block their big, big trajectories, be able to counter them, save my allies, save a lot of people. So that's really great. But that is also a big part of why it's timed, right? So we wanted to have like that skill-based aspect here, a little bit like we have with BP, where like you have to time things a little bit better. You can't just go and hold down. It doesn't last forever. So it really rewards skillful play, timing, understanding, knowing how fast attacks are, slow they are. How
It's kind of good she doesn't
you're
have
able
an
to,
all
manipulate
block. I feel like people would
the
be
situation around you to
salty
really be able
about
to
it.
vastly punish your
Or an
opponents
all
really, really
guard,
well.
whatever it's
So that's
called.
super cool. And then, like as we'll see, the entire feat set, like most of the feat set revolves around being able to like block and support your allies there as well. So that's a big, big, big part of this hero.
Exactly. There's another thing that we did. So when you parry someone at 1 HP, and then their friend attack you, and then you parry their friend, and then you're like, oh, I can't kill you now. You recovered. Well, let's fix that with this nonsense. So because we're pushing a bind on the opponent, the more people that you block, everyone will be binded by the knock of the shield. So then it kind of allows you to choose your target. That's something that other heroes don't have. Normally, if I block someone externally with a down stance, my follow-up is going to be on them. With Varangian, you can choose your target, and no matter who you block, you're always going to be able to hit whoever you block.
Oh,
and, you can
okay.
also, if someone tries to peel you, you can just attack the external as well, as we see in the video. And then you can see, because you can choose your target, we put a lot of effort into a new tech where she will detect where the hit is coming from, and as you see in the video right now, she will just play an animation accordingly while still looking at her target.
So there's a lot of animation in this system.
Yeah.
Because we had to really plan ahead on like every direction from the player that you're locked on.
The best new anti-gig hero,
Coming
for
there, but if
real.
somebody's coming on the other way, so from there going on the other side, the shield's pretty big. Don't forget that. So,
We got to
so
swing
how
it
do
around.
we do
yeah.
it? How do we turn all of that? It seems
I feel you,
looks
Gingy.
simple, but it's pretty complex, and it really gives the defensive like feeling of this character
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
she can protect you if you fight with her on your team. It
Yeah,
feels good.
it gives
feels
you that
good.
cool, like, cool girls don't look at explosions type of feel, you know? It's
Exactly.
super awesome, but I find, like, even what Alex was talking about, like, the tactical aspect here of I can block multiple people. And what's super cool is that if you manage to block 4 people, right, you have the time to choose who you're going to pick and who you're going to do your follow-up against. And that's kind of part of the tech that we've built for this hero where if I block a single person, I have my follow-up against that single person. It's good. If I block 2, I have time to choose which one of the 2. If I block 4, you have time for all 4. And as soon as you throw an attack, everybody
Yeah,
that
W
you did
anti-gig,
bind with your block
character, though.
kind of gets out of it. So there's no real situations where you're gonna get punished by somebody that you blocked by because you did something else. And it's really all about like making those choices, making sure that you have that control in your hands and have like perfecting the skill, the situational awareness, knowing what's going on around you. It's amazing for this. And again, like the animation team did a wonderful
Yes.
job. Alex did a wonderful job there as well.
Yeah.
Making sure that we keep that feeling of I'm blocking in direction. We don't have like spinning around like we have with other heroes when they blocked. It looks really, really good there.
And
Like
it's important to mention that the GPP team as well
Yeah.
like worked a lot on
At-
this.
at
so
their
I
programs,
did-
yeah.
yeah. It
She's
it
gonna
was
be
really
nuts.
nice.
I
I
can't
can't
wait
wait to make
for real,
it work.
Gingy.
Yeah, this
And
was
behave
not
the
a
way
yeah,
we
this was
want.
not a simple topic
No.
to tackle
Yeah,
for
not
the
at all.
team,
No, no,
but
But
yeah,
you guys pulled it off amazing. So it's
Yeah.
super great.
Looks great.
really cool.
All right. So
yeah,
we
I-
want to talk about feats a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a little video,
So,
right?
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna run the video. So the first feat is called Take Shelter. So this is part of her support kit. Whenever you land a superior block, you can see the little sphere going to the Valkyrie, and it heals her, but it doesn't heal Varangian, the Varangian guard. So that means that You're basically just going to be standing there in team fights, healing all of your allies.
Yeah.
You're keeping them healthy. Of course, it's quite a potent heal, so you're not healing yourself. That's kind of the...
Yeah, and there's no cooldown on it, and it triggers off
I'm not
of
Genji.
every
She
super
might-
block,
she
so
might
the
be
full
me,
block
bro.
And as well, you're crushing counters when you're using your lights.
Exactly.
So it triggers
I like
off
being
of
more
all that as well.
supportive, honestly.
Now, for the feat 2,
Yeah.
because your feat 1 is not keeping you alive, we have Mystia Ward, which
Mystia
is
Guard.
whenever you spear
Ward.
block an attack, you will gain a big defense buff for a short duration. That's kind of like the Lawbringer feat 3.
Yeah, it's kind of like righteous deflection, right? But,
Yeah,
but it's on severe block instead of being on passive.
Exactly. Just to make sure that whenever you're in those big team fights, that you don't go down too fast. And now, to go back into the support, here's the Aesir Aura. So that one is every single time you land an unblockable heavy, you will pulse a AoE that will give a little attack buff to you and your friends. So that really allows you get that Aesir bind with the heavy.
Oh, yeah,
and
you
then
definitely have to
you
squad
and
up
your
with
friend
her.
Can kinda take advantage of it with the damage buff.
So all of this kind of plays into the support and the defensive and tactical aspect that we talked about. That is really great there.
Yeah.
All right, then we got feat 4.
That's cool.
then, feat
Good
4.
job, guys. Good fucking
Reclaim the
job.
land.
You see, they didn't show
Going
execution
back,
for her.
to fight the uncle. So as you see, it seems like it's a projectile from the sky, so that's kind of like a spear storm. It acts kind of like a catapult, so you cannot do it indoor. So there's going to be a bunch of spears that fall into your enemy for damage, and then it's going to leave a Doom Banner, which is,
Ooh.
if people are familiar, it's the Berserker feat 2, so it plants a banner, and then every enemy's inside of it is going to have lesser defense. And
Okay.
Defense. So it's really
Okay.
great for like point control, that sort of stuff. You get in, you throw that. There's a
Oh,
bunch of
gee,
people in
she's
there.
nuts.
Even if they dodge out, well, then you can go into that banner and then try to beat me. You know, so it feels again, it feeds into all those aspects.
exactly.
It's really really interesting feats there.
like, we're going there, there's a banner, attack everyone, get the buff, heal everyone, embed your accent people.
There you go. Works really good.
Easy.
Super easy.
Right.
Cool. Great. Yeah, so definitely a lot of really cool like defensive options, tactical, like you were talking about here. Just such a like a huge support character, which is really just really fun. Like I like that a lot personally, so I can't wait to play her next week as well. Do you have some other things you want to show off though too? Right?
Yeah.
I think we have the
We have a
emote
video
and
for
the
emotes.
Yeah,
Execution
yeah. Oh, yeah.
and
Let's go
emotes.
see.
As well, yeah. Max,
So let's
you
jump
do
into the emotes.
Yes.
So we got the combat emotes here.
There you go. So we have all the emotes for her representing herself. Like she rally people around her, like the Doom banner. Exactly.
we
like
gonna
the
fuck
big
shit
guy,
up.
The banner that comes in cheese. You want to be with her when you fight.
Oh, that was
Also-
slick.
Also, like fun emote because
Super cool emotes, yeah.
Some other fun ones. Yeah.
I mean we have So yeah.
You want to
So
recreate the trailer? You get all the emotes to recreate the trailer. That's super
Yeah.
no, exactly. It really showed the personality of the character itself, and of course, player customization. It's really fun to be the one that call out to your ally. So
cool. It's a huge aspect of For Honor.
yeah,
It's
it
amazing.
is. It is. Yeah, sometimes things don't work as intended. So
All right, so we're gonna have executions that'll be coming up
Yes.
shortly. As
But
well.
she's got to
This-
finish
yeah.
stretching.
Yeah,
though.
she's
This
gotta
is
finish
super
stretching, right?
impressive.
I really like this,
Yeah.
this emote.
It
It's
looks
like
amazing.
I mean,
you press
those
it, you're
weapons
like,
are heavy, so sometimes you just have to
it also
Figure it out.
reminds
That's
you,
for you,
like
Genji.
when you game, you get
That one right there.
Take a little,
Yeah,
bit of water.
That little
Okay, cool.
dance.
So we've got those, and we have executions as well.
yes,
You
the
can show off a little bit?
execution.
They-
That's
they're-
cool.
they're
Oh,
so good.
executions.
So good.
So you really feel the heaviness of this fighter
Yeah.
in those executions.
And I love like how we kind of handled the shield with like
Yes.
kind of punching with the shield as
She
well.
really used it more like
Yeah.
as a defensive tool, yes, but also as
It's pointy,
Yeah, I mean, it has a dual. Like,
I like
you
that.
can use it as to protect, but also to attack,
Yeah.
which he
Yep.
does.
And this is where also like the violent Viking part of it
Yes.
comes into play, right? It's
exactly what Stefan was saying in the beginning.
Exactly, right. So
yeah.
she's more controlled in
Ooh,
general in her fights and stuff. But
slick.
when you look at these executions, you see her
Slick.
Viking side really come out. And it's
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna,
She's violent, but not like control.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very controlled violence.
You
but-
don't want to
yeah.
have this axe embedded in your face. That's
Exactly.
for
I
sure.
think everybody does.
It's like she's violent, but not that violent. Still a
Yeah,
lady.
those look amazing.
Still a
really cool.
lady.
Yeah, great work on the animation team. Again, putting all that together. Just super bloody and violent and horrifying to think about. So great stuff, as always. So, Alex,
Oh, what the hell? Ah! Hang on, y'all.
Kind of a mix in between, I would say, like Warlord, surprisingly,
surprising.
and Aramusha, in the sense that the down stance is temporary, like Aramusha, and you can do it after your recoveries. So you kind of get like kind of all of the heaviness of the Warlord, and those recovery cancel of Aramusha. Yeah.
There's a bit of Black Prior in there as well. Like
yeah,
able
for
to
sure.
like do stuff from external trajectories. That's really good there as well.
Yeah. Like, if a new player picks it up, it's like just get into your chain, try to learn how to use those recovery cancels in group fights, and it should be good.
Nice.
It's great because it's the hero's not like it's simple to play. Like it's easy to pick up, but it's really hard to master every little detail with it. That's really, really good.
Exactly. Your positioning, what attack to use when to defend.
Super great.
Yeah.
So with all of that too, like JC, how do you feel like this is gonna impact like the overall meta? You know, the big,
team
the
competition, right? So,
competitive, all that.
So one of the big things that we were keeping in mind while designing this hero is, as the game has been moving more towards big group fights, big wide trajectories, the meta has been super, super impacted by this. Right, we've seen the rise of Magi, rise of like heroes like Janjung and stuff that have those big hits, those big hit boxes around them. So this hero was built to be a counter to this, right? So
There you go. Yeah.
if there is a Varangian guard on the opposing team, you have to be careful where you're going to be throwing your attacks, how you're going to be doing your stuff. Yes, it's not a super hard counter, but it still works really quite well there. So we're really expecting to be able to see her more into those compositions where you need to defeat opposing teams that are really using those group fight tools that we've been building all over this past year and a half. So it's really built around this. We had this in mind while we were building this hero, as well as when we were like buffing up group fights. So this is how I really, really feel like it's going to go.
She's going to be an external
both in
god.
regular gameplay and in competitive, right? Because in regular, it's going to happen once in a while. You're going to be able to block one of those trajectories. But at competitive levels, I've seen the players that we're going to be seeing playing later use her very, very, very effectively, use all those superior blocks, use that full block, all of these things really well. So I can really see her getting picked in a lot of situations and be very, very effective.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think you've described the meta, I know during the development, as like this is a character where like she wants to be supporting her group, her team. So you, as an opponent, you want to kill her, but it's really hard to kill her because she's constantly supporting her team. So like
exactly,
yeah,
right? So, yeah, that's a big part of it where you want to like make sure that she's there, she's a threat, and it's one of the first few times where you're like, well, I have to kill this hero first.
Yeah.
And we built with that in mind, right? With all those defensive tools that make her harder to kill. Yeah. So it's all those little aspects that kind of blend together that make for something super interesting.
I agree.
And the other thing that we were
you're gonna be like really careful with like giving her revenge too, especially with her blocks and shit.
You can play with them and stick close to them and actually actively help them in group fights and protect them and defend them. And it fits really, really well with the hero's thematic, but also with what we're kind of gameplay elements and where we're trying to push the game.
Awesome. Super cool. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing all of that, and Vanessa, too, for being on the couch.
Good job.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I mean, thanks to the animation team, Ricardo, Nawel, and Michel. I mean, on their great work on this hero. Honestly, I'm really excited for the player to...
Fred on the VFX,
like honestly, like every department that we have, like so from animation, from the fight team, like the entire year, the fight team always participates in the development of every single hero. We all
she is going to get nerfed for real.
To push this as far as we can. But then we have the programming side of it that they did a ton of work.
Quite a lot on this one.
The VFX department had a lot of work underplayed as well. So it's a big collaborative effort. Like massive shout outs to everybody on these teams.
Yeah, for real.
Worked super hard, and like we have everything to be proud of. It's really, really good.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you. So yeah, we hope you're as excited as we are. And if you want to see the next stage of all this, well, what better chance than what's coming up next? We have exhibition matches with some very special players who joined us in the studio live, who are going to be doing some hands-on real scrimmage matches using the Varangian Guard. Ooh. So you don't want to miss that. So stick around because we'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
Do I have time to pee? Yo, Gingy, dude. I think I might have to cop her, bro. Especially, like, her being supportive and shit. Hell yeah, dude. Got me getting excited. I'm actually getting excited to like be good at a hero. What? She's gonna be nuts with a teammate. No, seriously, Genji. I'm gonna go pee, bro. Thanks for being here, by the way, dude. I'm glad I did this. This is fucking fun. This is really fun. I didn't realize how like in depth they go on this stuff. It's cool though. It's cool. Bro, am I like... I don't know. Maybe because I don't play For Honor as much as like a lot of these people. Like, am I weird that I'm hyped about this? Because I feel like everyone else is like... I don't know. They're just... I don't know how to say it. Maybe I'm just a noob. Maybe I just get easily hyped. It doesn't take much to please me, I guess. I don't know, I'm pretty excited though. I'm pretty excited. But maybe like if I watched this with the other heroes, maybe I would be just as hyped. Ah, who are you people?
Season 4 exhibition portion of the stream.
Caster? Oh, I don't know what that means, but...
Glory. We're coming at you live from the Ubisoft Montreal studio, and it is a pleasure to be one of your hosts. My name is Vivid Naz, and I'm joined with my co-host, my partner in crime, Verbalocity.
Me?
Oh, they're like
familiar. It's like the
players, huh?
Yeah.
Now, I'll admit that segment we just saw was all very well and good, getting an explanation of what the character is. However, considering some of the mechanics at play regarding pinning, binding, and especially multi-blocking, we're going to need something a little bit more meat on the bone, a little bit fattier. So, Ubisoft only decided and flew out a bunch of folks from the community, be they YouTubers, competitive players, or the like, and we're going to have ourselves a good old-fashioned best of 3.
This is the first time they did this? Ooh.
Sir, it will be a Dominion game mode. Of course, the maps that we'll try and play today is Temple Garden, Overwatch, and if we get to it, Harbor. I really hope we get to it because I really want to showcase this character. We've seen a lot of love that has been given by the developers. We've had a chance to play the character ourselves, and we very much fell in love with her.
Yeah, the Varangian as a character is very much... I've been constantly using the phrase home cooking character. You know,
yes.
We've had Outlander for the last couple of times. Outlanders, every single one's had some kind of paradigm-shifting gimmick, whether it's...
Dude, the dude in the red, his eyes are like very like...
With Ocelot,
he's like looking into my soul.
Having, feet in the middle of chains fluidly.
Subject, what's up? Sand, what's up?
And on top of that, you've got, of course,
what's up, guys? Welcome in.
The first weapon in the game to literally switch forms, which I'm fairly sure gave the animation team a small...
Like, not in a bad way. Like, his eyes are just very...
Now we're coming back to something a little bit more...
You know,
common,
intriguing.
More grounded, something familiar, which personally I'm quite happy about.
Yeah, and it feels like one of the main things I...
How you doing, Subject? How you doing, Sand?
Like, when are we seeing a Viking character with that level of armor? And the question has finally been answered by the developers of this new character.
Shockingly, they know how to Google what chainmail looks like. Weird, I know.
It looks beautiful.
But yes, we now finally have a Varangian with armor. And also, small update for you as we're going through the exhibition today. If anyone from chat has any questions, by the power of a lovely tablet I got for my birthday, we can see you now.
We will be on it.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any questions, ask away. We can try and do what our best. We've had a decent bit of time to play test, so if there was any questions that maybe you missed because you missed a previous segment or whatever, we'll do our best.
Yeah, and we do have, it's not just us here today, we do have some lovely people, and starting off we can maybe even go through the teams that we have. So starting off we have Team Red Nose Gang. I'm hoping that the gifts are going up because the gifts were absolutely incredible. It was the funniest thing that we done yesterday. We had to make gifts for everyone, we had to make gifts for each other. And,
Let them have their
take a
moment,
look at Team
Gingy.
Red Nose Gang. We have some
I'm doing
familiar
great,
faces
Sam.
and some new ones as well. We have Normie.
Thanks for stopping
Big
in.
Force player. This guy has won so many tournaments in
Hey,
his
there's the gift
lifetime.
Hey, Havoc, that's the only person I know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The special highlights are to Normie, Barcoyolo as well.
Okay, I guess I'll go for Havoc. Let's go,
We
Havoc.
also have
And the dude with the
as
beard.
part of that team. Those names, iconic in our
Filthy
in our
Spaniard.
game. And yeah, go for the next one.
Now, on the flip side, of course, you must keep in mind the enemy team. We've got Team Stream Killing Service. We've got Rippy as the team captain, one of the foremost folks in the North American competitive scene.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people besides
The name of
Havoc.
the team, they decided a little bit of a nod to his home team, the Team Killing Service. Next up, we've got Bean, a little bit of a wild card here, because Bean is the best
Nah, Gingy's hype,
player
Sam.
in the game by sheer record.
I'm
the
hype.
current winner and reigning champion of the Duel Series, or the Duel Frenzy, excuse me.
The dude with the long hair, he's like, yeah.
However, how
Yeah, bro.
well is he going to do with fours, I wonder? A little bit of a question to consider. Next up,
Honestly, this is the first time I've actually... No, I didn't realize how tagged Havoc
more known
was.
for his tournament adjudication than actually playing in them, but I'm sure he's got some funny stuff up his sleeve nonetheless. And last but not least, we have Havoc, of course.
Havoc!
Relatively little introduction required for one Mr. Havoc. If we see a Warden, there's going to be a problem for the enemy team.
Yeah, just look out for the player that's like edge walking across the map. I'll tell you something about Spaniard, which I found was pretty hilarious. Is Freeze deems him unreactable. He's so used to playing with the top level players that when he sees Spaniard's Hitukiri, he's just like, what is
Number
going
one Warden,
on
I
here?
think.
Don't
I
understand
believe
how the player
it.
plays.
And I believe we are going to have the lineups here very shortly. As
Love you, Sam.
I'm not the one actually running production, so the eye is coming up very quickly here. Normally, I'm the one doing tournament streams for these. Shout out to Ubisoft Production, of course. You must credit the Observer always. Shout out to Maxoff Production. Is going to be on the camera in-game.
Stinky Hito.
Here we go.
Alright, let's fucking get it.
The first game is going to be a full tournament legal set. The first one going to be on Temple Harbor. Fun fact, by the way, some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yes.
One of the maps in the pool for today was actually going to be Gauntlet, but all the players threatened to go on strike. So we're actually going to be a full tournament legal map set for today.
Yeah, and today we'll be following mainly Rippy.
I've never seen competitive players
Rippy
play For
and
Honor,
Normie.
so this is going to be interesting.
Character you can see here, all kicking off on point C. Hopefully, we get to see that all block. We managed to see it in some controlled settings, but I really want to showcase it to the viewers at home in a live 4v4 match.
Now, of course, Seed Point on Temple Garden, the place to go for
Cluster
any...
clucks.
Yeah, cluster cluck is a very good way to put it, but it's the most important point in any serious game here. And first one's going to go to the Teller immediately. Keep an eye on Varangian is able to exploit the All God. However, as a few people have guessed in chat, Varangian does have a couple of key weaknesses. One of the big ones being unblockables. Of course, the All Guard is extremely good against wanton hitboxers a la Medjai, Berserkers who aren't thinking clearly, but one or two unblockables will mess you up.
Yeah, an absolute stalling champ you see there. Normie just going in this 2v1, putting her to her full potential. And oh my god, gets the 2v1, gets the crushing counter there to finish off Rippy, and secures point C for the Red Nose Gang.
Havoc, low stamina, no stamina actually, having to worry about a Jangjun. Jangjun, not the biggest concern potentially for Havoc, he's got a lot of experience in that particular matchup. And now Freeze going out of stamina himself, he is on the Jangjun, of course stamina return very quick, doesn't matter though if he gets shot on from out of left field, comes the Zerker, that's going to be a critical amount of damage, you need to leave before you die, and it's going to be the latter. Bean, lastsecond.com.
Yeah, and some extra lore. Havoc's Kyoshin ripped yesterday.
Oh, look at the pink on him.
It's
pretty cool.
13-0, so I'm hoping he carries on that performance here today. And we just have this 1v1 with Normie and Rippy. Normie securing the point.
Yeah, dude, Ginger, did you see that shit?
Oh, nice.
Bro, that animation of that axe getting stuck.
Be beware. Now, another downside to the Varangian Guard is that you may have noted, the 1v1 and the general offensive power of this hero is lower, especially in ganks, unless you really know what you're doing. And I mean, even the top level players here have only had a couple of days, so I'm going to be personally waiting to see the power level of this hero once it gets out to the wider community.
Yeah, nice bench.
I hope so, Jinji. I really hope so.
Parried successfully by Havoc. Havoc trying to see what he can do there. Oh, unfortunately, Filthy Spaniard Hitokiri comes from the back, finishes off Normie, and as Team Red Nose Gang, sorry, not Team Red Nose Gang, Team Stream Killing Service secures the point.
There you go. What's going on in chat? They can't keep our love apart. Yes, Mr. Sheep, don't worry. I love you too. But real talk for a second though, Vivid, a nice little sort of subculture that always ends up going on around the new heroes is always the race to Rep 70. Kind of an unofficial thing that happens on Twitch, and Mr. Sheep is already pretty much locked in. He's got his requisite bucket in his room ready to go. The curtains are drawn. He's set.
And just to remind people as to when they can start that race, the character will be launching on February 1st. You can buy it for $7.99 USD. And for everyone else, you'll be locked in on February 14th, which marks the 8th year anniversary for the game, which is crazy for me to say. The intro when I said Year 7, Season 4, and I've been saying that for years, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and now we're at year 7 approaching year 8, which blows
Dead game, by the way, guys. Dead game.
Blows my mind. It's so incredible to see the support that this game still gets, and it's still very...
I want to see more of her shield bashing.
Yeah, just the love that the devs still give to this game is honestly next to none.
Another question for the chat real quick. I missed the narrative segment. Where can I get that? Well, if you want to rewind in the stream...
Yo, Chimikami, welcome back, bro.
The VOD saved. But if you want to get a nicer sort of stretch on the lore, just wait for Reaper King to upload a video. He's going to have it up on YouTube, I imagine, fairly quickly. And Reaper King's a pretty solid place to get that sort of lore stuff, so keep an eye out on that. However, from the immediate moment, oh dear Bean, it was nice knowing you.
Execution.
That was a nice execution. Her jump seems pretty... She got some range.
The Varangian guard is pretty good at stalling. We saw Normie do it pretty well, but unfortunately, Rippy just get picked up there. Another execution on the Varangian guard. They just look so brutal. And I want to point out something that you told me yesterday. I arrived pretty late to the sessions. I had some issues, let's say, getting
You got ganked by the Vista office.
We had some issues getting to here, but... When we were going through our one,
someone left on accident.
How much you love the sound design. The animators got a lot of love.
Yes.
The fight team gets a lot of love. And just the general lore of this character gets a lot of love. But I just want to focus in on the sound design. And you were the one to point it out. And I think everyone echoed this the same whenever you said that.
Yeah, like the way the chainmail sounds on a hero that moves as much as Varangian guard.
Oh, they're all playing on PC. I guess that makes sense.
Quite vocal, arguably a little too much, I imagine.
So you can buy her early or wait till... Looks like I'm gonna spend $70.99. Ooh, I don't know if I want to spend real money or just wait. We'll see. Bro, disconnected. I know, that sucks. Look, that dude said, what the fuck?
That will kill someone immediately with 120
Fuck, bro.
damage. It's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, Normie's absolutely killing it. He's already unlocked his tier 4. I didn't even realize that until I saw the Spear Storm into Doom Banner. Rippy, unfortunately, not faring too...
I don't know, Havoc's playing with, like, some people are playing with mouse and stuff, and some people are playing with, like, controllers. I guess it's a preference thing, huh?
His little banner on his back.
Gotta be a bit aware. Of course, Hito into...
I feel like playing with mouse is, like, weird. Then again, I'm a console player, so I guess I'm pretty biased.
My apologies there. Havoc able to pick up the kill, and Team Stream Killing Service threatening to take the W in this first game of this best of 3.
Yeah, that animation.
You actually were a little late to that initial segment. The
animation.
headbutt after any heavy pin, any of the moves with the Aegir prefix, or the Aesir prefix, that headbutt is not guaranteed. It's actually a pseudo 50-50 where you can go for the headbutt immediately, or you can wait a little bit longer and go for a guard break right after. Great life parry over Normie.
Yeah, Normie seems to be absolutely popping off. The lower he is in health, the more he pops off. And it's 1v1 against Rippy. Rippy just trying to go with that bash light combo. But Normie, unfortunately, really like
honestly, that up hit is pretty fucking quick.
They are in breaking, which is not a nice situation to be in here. Nutella in a 1v1 against Havoc tries to go for the heavy.
I understand you're... Hang on, timeout. I understand you're being nice, but my brother in Christ, it's 5-12 to 1-10-78.
I'm trying to be nice, right? Where we want to see as many games as possible with this new character.
True. I mean, we're going to see more than enough of this character out when it launches on February 1st. I mean,
don't worry
this
about
is
that.
a support character where there's going to be 4 stacks of this rolling around. A single pick, please, dear God. And that is going to
Havic's
be
team
something
is
relevant. We
eating
should actually
shit.
quickly talk about the feats while we got
It's
the
all
opportunity
good.
for those
It's
that
all
missed it.
good.
From the people I've been talking to here, the tier 1 and the tier 3 are going to be very strong.
Yes, sir. He hit a raw tier 4 bear by the Hichikiri. But I'll tell you what, I want to hear into the comms of Team RNG right before we win this.
Oh, Bean got kicked again. I know they're mad. They mad as fuck right now.
Tier 3 moments. Hello. Tier 1. Oh.
Come dance with me. Come dance. Come dance. Come dance. Come on. Come dance. Come dance. Come dance. Yeah. Hey, let's go. All right.
Let's get it. You know what? I was gonna say that they won in lowercase. Like I felt like they were in lowercase, but Marco Yolo picked up the energy there at the end. And yeah, as Team RNG picks up the first win for today.
All right. First one off the rocks, we got a little bit of time while they set up game number 2. If I check my notes here real quick, the second map is Overwatch.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
I don't know the
Overwatch,
maps.
classic maps.
Just I gotta see what they look
Kind of
like.
Cool, one of the legal ones. Can't believe we potentially have Gauntlet. That would have been funny. The amount of screaming we would have heard, that would have been great. C Point will once again be the place where the fighting will never end. It will go on and on, my friends. Once the C point gets done, maybe they transition to mid, maybe they go to A. With Varangian Guard specifically, Vivid, something you may want to keep an eye out for is if the Varangian Guard gets sent to mid, or if they're going to be primarily holding on C. Because, of course, a lot of characters who are meta in mid-clear...
Hey, Gingy, what does it mean when people rotate
here and there, but a lot of them are
in the
throwing
game?
non-unblockables, and
Is that just like rotating the points?
Yes, definitely. And
like you go to,
interesting to see is,
you know, A to B to C and then back to A to B to C. Is that what that means?
Talking about the feast, and I think it's really good that we kind of bring this back.
What's up with bro's haircut? Gingy, don't be judging people. Let that man live.
It would make more sense to move for that.
Did you say yeah, kinda?
The creeps. But later on, you want to be as close to your team as possible because that tier 1 is. I won't say strong. It is great. It is amazing.
Strong. When I was asking for a couple players' opinions, the tier 1 and the tier 3 were the ones being pointed out as strong. If you want to know a vague idea of the numbers on those feats, the tier 1 heals for about 10 per block, which can get funny very quickly. The tier 2 that gives you the defense buff on superior blocking something, that is essentially a righteous deflection, so it gives you 15%.
I'm trying to wait. Oh, dang it. I wanted to see how quick she runs compared to everybody. I mean, it looks like she's pretty slow.
That is also a 50%.
But she looks like she's definitely faster than Dumb Glass.
Yeah, here we go. We're in our 3v1. We always, 3v3. We always like to see this on Overwatch. Some big heavies being thrown here by Spanier. Once again, the unreadable Hitukiri.
Yeah, that blocking is going to be insane. So, like, if I was at A and you were minion lane and you were low, we'd switch. Oh, okay, and I got middle. Oh, okay.
Because one guard, you're getting binded, and then you're probably getting jumped up by the
okay. It's not really rotating the map, it's rotating, like, the players and shit. That makes sense.
So close to revenge there, and stream killing service.
That makes sense. Look at me learning. Look at me learning, guys.
Okay, well, just as I said that, I jigsed him completely, and Red Nose Game in there just picks up the point.
You know what? Let's move away from your inflicted commentator's curse. How dare you, heartless bugger.
I know.
Question here for the chat.
Let's go.
Verban Naz, what is your favorite hero?
I don't have a favorite.
It depends. I feel like I have...
No, freeze! Oh, no, what are you doing? Rule number 1, don't jump attack on Overwatch. You know it doesn't work. You've made enough videos on it.
But he's got point C. He can quickly go to get his health back. So it's not the worst thing possible.
I guess.
I will say what I said to the dev team. I will say Centurion only because I played so much.
What is? Hang on. No, stop. What is this?
This is the tech.
They're having fun.
The Varangian Guard is very strong. But
do you think any of these comp players like oh shit. Oh, what?
You've actually got up the ladder.
That's funny.
Confirmed OP map designer when remove them.
Do you think any of these comp players, like for real, like butt heads, like not in like a malice, like a malicious way, but just like a very competitive way? I mean, I guess so. They're all competitive players, so.
Light attack, tier 1 unlock. Oh, okay, the bit of BM there coming up from Norby. He wasn't too happy with that. Spaniard in the 2v1. I said Centurion.
Yes.
What would you
Conqueror.
say?
Easy for me.
Yeah.
Always love Conqueror.
Kind of expected from you.
Is that a compliment or a...
Yeah, fuck that
I
Orochi.
just remember ever since we started playing the game, I would probably say back 2017,
What do you
2018,
want,
you've always been playing Conqueror. Even though when he was Giga bad.
What do you
Yeah, we're very old.
Arguably, he's somewhat Giga bad.
Gamer lingo.
Back into the game. Marco Yolo on the Shugoki goes for the home. He gets it raw! Rippy, my boy! What are you doing? You're letting the YouTuber grab you?
Yeah, he's...
What are you doing?
Rippy is a bit MC struggling here so far, but he does seem to have the numbers advantage on the C point. Nutella gets caught there with a parry, gets successfully executed by the Varangian guard. I'm glad it was her because the executions are just so brutal.
Yeah, shout out to the animation team.
Oh my god.
The executions here.
Shout out to the animation team. Shout out to the artist that did the concept art and all that shit. For real, for real.
Sort of been a general theme for Varangian as a whole. Is very much back to basics.
They should release a For Honor concept art book. I have the Destiny one.
I've been missing for a while, so I'm happy. What was that?
And I love it.
Carry on a scenario where arguably he shouldn't have been able to get it. Freeze looking for the gank, but Marco Yolo wants to try and interfere.
I know a lot of the higher up YouTube streamers are tight, but I'm sure they hate each other. Yeah, probably. They probably do.
Marco Yolo wholesome till he breaks your spine.
He's doing a hug-only speedrun there. Gets... Oh, okay, does not get Spaniard. Doom Banner gets dropped there. Defenses are super low. Marco Yolo gets taken out. Rippy coming out of spawn. Let's see what he is able to do. They are at a deficit, and if they're to lose this, they do lose the best of 3. So they really need to pick it up for the stream killing service.
Gotta be a little wary here. You don't want to get too out live on stream. I mean, the interview segment's gonna be kind of funny.
Yeah, you definitely don't. And they're all playing for a prize.
They are.
It's a prize.
We haven't told them what the prize is, but there is a prize.
Yes, the prize is exceptional.
Is it money?
I'm always jealous because I always want the prizes that they play for, and I never seem to get one.
It's because we're on commentary, my guy.
I know, but come on, surely we're winners too.
Are we?
Yes.
I mean, sure. I mean, we get to talk over this a lot, but these are the people actually playing and or getting clipped on stream. So, I mean, these are the people sacrificing their social capital to give an exhibition for this character.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I know that was the
I mean, I'm sure they're getting paid some good ass money, so.
It's just nasty. I always imagine the axe just slitting their neck. Ooh, ruthless.
Out of context statements for Honor makes you say a lot of silly ones.
Yeah, definitely do not clip that.
Do not clip possible psychopath.
Okay, here we go. We get to see some minion clear. If anyone is wondering
how
at home.
good is Varangian at wave clear? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Look, but there's a cat fight on C. This is actually more important. Shout out to Max on production for finding this. Teller in the 1v2. Rippy trying to move them down alongside Havoc, but Havoc sees that someone has walked up to the right. That's going to be a normie.
The Varangian support.
Careful. Revenge, you fed revenge. That's not good, but the Teller's on the Zerk. Heavy. One down. Looking for another.
They're triple capped. Verb, they are triple capped, and they're only 50 soft points away from breaking. Stream killing service really needs to pick it up in this fight, but it doesn't look likely as Bean is incredibly low. Getting taken out by the Varangian.
Flee.
Nutella just deciding he's going to run away. Ladder tech. Once again, the ladders, dude. These berserkers in the ladder, I don't know what's going on here tonight.
Ladders haunted, possible movement input error, I don't know, maybe he could explain himself. Crushing counter, alright, I gotta talk for a second about the lights. The lights are deceptive, for those of you just joining us, the lights are deceptive with Varangian, because not only does it have the Athera gimmick of having a crushing counter on both lights, you see there?
Yeah. Well, this is my first time seeing people play this game with like just keyboard and mouse. That's like insane.
Not being brain dead and just letting yourself get parried.
Yeah, no. Character so far has been showcased pretty well, I would say, by Normie. Rippy struggling at points here, but they do seem to have come back from the huge deficit that they had a bit early on. They've managed to capture some points. They do have A and B here. C
Bike, hello. The early stream, just a little something. How are you, Bike? Thanks for stopping in, bro.
From the Mr.
How you doing?
Dude, what is going on with this guy?
What's the blue aura? On what, the new character?
Oh my, he's trying to get a clip for his videos. For sure, this dude's trying to get clips for his videos.
I mean, why not? The stream's right there.
Yeah.
Although, I do want to address
Keyboard is
a
easier to me, at
statement
least when I
someone said
had
in
my
chat.
PC.
No way
I
anyone
mean, I bet.
to external
There's definitely like
externals.
advantages and shit.
Nice sentence, by the way.
Yeah.
But if you're specifically referring to the all guard, that's actually been surprisingly good in playtests for getting around the all external hits. Because what is the current general meta of the game right now at the highest level? It is an absurd amount of very wide trajectories, long-range heavies, lots of trajectories, that kind of thing. As long as it is not orange, not an unblockable attack, that all guard, the Oathbreaker, shuts it down entirely.
Yeah, it just stuns everyone, and they're all stunned for the duration of the all block. And what's even better is you can lock on different characters before you follow up. So you don't have to follow up on the last person that you block. You can follow up on any character that you block.
Yeah, I maybe slightly lied about the whole paradigm thing. Yes, that is technically a brand new mechanic to the game in having the ability to choose
I'm getting ready for the day.
after a
Not much, just play a little Ghost of Tsushima at first, looking at this new hero stuff, and then I'm gonna hop back on to some Ghosts for a bit. I still need to work out today, but it's still early. Still early.
Are the ones that seem to be losing. Rippy has completely turned this around.
Yeah, there was a blue aura on the ground, like a huge circle. Oh, was that? Did they? Hang on. Oh, never mind. That's purple. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Finally, a successful one. Freezes molding, but that does work for Team RNG.
Be careful. Watch those tier 4 feats. They can come by surprisingly quick. Rippy's got the Doom Batter down off the Spear Storm. Havoc is already on a kill streak. That is a Fury Blast. That is a
Havoc!
Boom! Nova gets taken out, and the win goes to Stream Killing Service as they tie it up 1-1 on the scoreboard, and we will be going to Harbor. I want to remember last time.
Oh, cool. That dude has his mustache just like curled. That's cute. That's so cute, bruh.
This is our first third game in our
Yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, Bike.
Yeah.
I know it's a feat, but I didn't what they have, and they didn't show all of her feats. Now I feel you.
On the point that we want to see as much playtime for this character. 4v4s is where the Varangian Guard thrives, and we got to see some elements of that there.
Are we doing some 1v1s?
You don't want to necessarily be taking Varangian Guard and expecting them to be an elite tier duelist. I mean, Bean could probably make that work.
Alright, that's fair.
Alright,
that's fair, that's fair.
The character description.
Now, admittedly, when I first was invited in and I got to look at Varangian Guard and I got the explanation from JC that she was a support hero, I was a little bit mad. As For Honor's only benefaction appreciator on Zhangjun, that is the big support feat right now, next to Black Prior, but Black Prior doesn't count because Black Prior is really good.
Yeah.
But this character having not one, not two, but three arguably
Look at.
feats that allow for a massive
Okay,
playstyle if you want to go that
you're
way,
stupid,
you
bruh.
can do it. And now, admittedly, even if you don't want to go for the uniques, which I imagine you will, like this character very much has a Warmonger vibe, and that you'll be taking all the uniques, there are a couple of nice feats in the other options, but support is the way to go.
Yeah, the playstyle very much supports all the uniques that you can get. Hopefully, we get to see less with Spear Storms. I feel like it wasn't like, we didn't really have any great tier 4 usages. As we already said earlier, we are taking a look at the chat, so if there's any questions you want answered on...
Don't look at the chat, bro.
Before,
I couldn't.
Griffin Main's crying. Okay, yes, Griffin is a decent supportive hero. Griffin does have some decently...
In the support sandwich, where do you think the Varangian Guard fits, where we have JJ and then Griffin?
Alright, so Griffin does have significantly more healing feats. You got access to AoE heals.
Yep.
Actually quite a few AoE heals, let's be entirely frank.
However, they play this game. I feel very out of touch with For Honor, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Kind of similar to a
Circer was there. Y'all are... Don't be mean, guys. Let them live.
Going to make people who just throw out hitboxes without thinking about it, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's gonna punish them pretty heavily. We are locking into Harbor here for a last game of the exhibition segment. We are following Normie, Team RNG. They won with quite a landslide in the first game. I thought they were going to win with
CSA, yeah, I see it, but I'm not here to judge. I feel you, Sam.
We missed what was actually going on in the game.
I love to waffle. It's why we're here. Let's keep waffling. Hi, Kilimanjaro. I see you in chat. How you doing? Although, actually, I want to do some shout-outs real quick while I got a quick moment. Shout-out to the good old-fashioned Northern Rush for the Crusade Against Cancer tournament.
Yo, Northern Rush, I know that guy.
Money for that, so incredible. Crusade Against Cancer. I think I can respectfully say this on stream at least one time without getting in trouble. Screw cancer, I would swear, but I'm actually a bit of a coward. But screw cancer, shout out for the Crusade Against Cancer tournaments.
Yeah,
always good to see.
It's such a beautiful thing to rally behind. We do see the Ocelotl. I got told that we've all
Ocelotl?
this character's name.
I know people say Ocelotl, but I say Ocelot.
Tell me how to pronounce it properly. The TL at the end is pronounced with a little bit of gusto, and I can't remember it. He did tell me before stream, but I'm a nervous wreck before stream, so I don't listen too much to what people tell me.
I mean, to be fair, this is also the same character that has the Mahuatl as a weapon. I think that's how I meant to say it. It's like MC Phlegm. So it works. Yeah. That's gonna. Hang on a minute. Havoc, what are you doing here, Sunshine? On the Orochi, you've got to make it really work here against the Shugo. You can get absolutely hyper armored out of existence, and there is a Berserker there. But of course, you have a bash, so you have ways to get around a Varangian's defense quite nicely, but it doesn't matter if you just gank them properly.
Yeah, exactly. And saying that, I would be interested to hear what is going on in Team SKS.
Hit us up, Max.
Spaniard's going
I'll bash for.
I'm going to see if you just like do
I'll
anything.
just hide good damage. I'll stay on mid for a sec.
Yeah.
Shigoki's coming back to mid.
I don't know who Havoc is in this game. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you went there, easy.
I don't have a hairstyle to be talking anyway.
Barry, I could have dodged. Yeah. Just gonna let you warn him while it continues.
Yeah, CNB, we got good point of vantage from this.
Nice.
Go back to C again.
The Reno's pretty fair right now.
Imagine using. Look at them talking shit in the thing. That's hilarious. Said cheaters. Wow, wow. Bruh.
C2 mid, 3 mid, 4 mid. Yeah, Bean's the one on freeze. I'll kill Normie.
Wait, does that headbutt do any type of damage? Or is that just like a stun? Damn it, I wish they had the damage thing on.
Go here right now.
For her.
Nice. Just absolutely mega reads on this.
Oh. Nice power.
He's got loads of range, I can't do.
I'll help Havoc. You guys stay mid and C. Me and Havoc on A.
One more coming A.
Yeah, we'll take the fight.
I'm gonna heal on.
Mine Ginger.
I'll try and get you a heal.
Marco's going A. Actually, going A.
Wait, Ginger, what color are your eyes? If you don't mind me asking.
Actually, I've got the. Oh my god, he got me the hug. Ha!
It might do some damage.
Really? I'm dead. That's fine. That was a good start. CB. Yeah, CB. Just keep playing CB. We're doing good.
Yeah, I'm on safe. You're
Yeah, so I think you can go up with Sirena and go home. Yeah, all 4.
Try,
Damn it, I couldn't tell if the headbutt did damage or not.
Oh no.
Bro, that shit. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so annoying. Oh man. So what? Left attack, left heavy, it gets stuck, and then what? Up heavy.
I didn't mean to bury that.
You want to C or on Havoc? Maybe. Going to you instead, actually.
I knew it.
And I got a 1v1 this new character again.
I rotated him.
Yeah, I got 3 count.
Alright, I'm gonna go heal. There's one mid.
I'll keep him off.
No hog, just double heavy off my bash. We'll do simple.
It's nice hearing grown men like hold their cool in a fight. And not be yelling and bitching and whining all the fucking time, bruh. It's nice.
Rochi's coming up to me.
Yeah, I'm coming. Alright.
No, he's not. He's going to Z on the zip line.
Alright, just don't get plunged.
Yeah, I'm standing. Okay, I'm just standing away from the zip line. Let me know if you want me to go to mid or anywhere else.
I've got Nami.
I'm going to mid. Wait, no. Okay, I've got Teller on. The hell's gonna
Yeah, fuck that Orochi. That kick.
So far, I'm gonna try and stay away from
Let's take it back to us.
Yeah, I'll say. I can't.
It's fine. I was going on C.
I just have messy hair, and now my friend said I got that emo vibe lately. Sasuke arc. I've been on my emo vibes lately too. Green, ooh, Gingy. Now with the green eyes, boy, I see you.
I'm gonna come mid for you.
Thank Christ, it's you.
You can go bed. You can go bed.
And in a surprising turn of events, Team SKS seem to be taking the lead here.
Yo, let's go.
I like the part where Rippy parried and he was like,
What's
"I didn't
going
mean
on?
that."
This is supposed to be cut to them?
But he was like, yeah, no, I didn't mean that.
Just top NA player things, I suppose. Oh, hang on a minute. They were
If I was there, we both know I'd be. Motherfucker, you fucked my combo up. Nah, for real.
Yeah, fellow flat cap enthusiast. Happy birthday, reposter.
Happy birthday. You can see here, Normie in a 2v1 situation. It does look a bit dire for his team. I don't think they're going to.
Do you follow any of these other competitive players, Gingy, or is it just Havoc?
Utella 1v1 against Rippy here.
Rippy might have an okay time against the Berserker. You've got several access to crushing counters where you know, I haven't actually seen the interaction, what happens where a Berserker zones into the old guard.
Into the old guard,
That's a fair point.
Ooh, nice.
You don't need it if you just parry it. That's the old classic, just parry on the 4th hit. There is an Ocelot who is dead in play. An Ocelot could end up popping up around here very quickly if they're not careful. We see Marco Yolo's come over to actually help out with the teller. Great stuff with the cancels. Freeze is here as well. 3v1. Can Spaniard issue the
Havoc is the main, I know. I feel you.
1-2.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Dopey Spaniard just 100-0 there so quickly by Team RNG. Marco Yolo just pulling up to the midpoint here.
Marco Yolo.
Havoc using his bow, unfortunately, to not much effect. And the Orochi just falls back to point C.
Oh shit, I didn't realize Havoc was the Orochi.
Havoc in a 1v1 against Marco.
My bad, bro. I just really don't like Orochis right now.
Blue versus pink. The duality of Varangian guards.
Careful. Gotta be careful. That is the way you get around Varangian.
Yeah.
That is the way you get around Varangian's defense. Unblockables and melee attacks. This is not a Black Prior style all guard where it counters everything, but you just get beaten instead. Marco Yolo deploying the bow shot. Sorry, Spaniard deploying the bow shot there. Heavy damage. Normie 1 HP. Normally Spaniard's trying to help him through tournaments, but now he's going to help him to an early grave. And yes, he does. Good work.
This game has been surprisingly close for
Yonda Liner isn't there? Yeah, I don't know who that is. I met someone with sunset eyes, and I thought she was the devil in disguise.
They won't be in the lead anymore.
Shit, probably.
Here, just facing up against Mr. Freeze on the Ocelotl, trying to see what he can do. Does have the support there of Havoc as we cut to Rippy. Can he do anything to support his team?
Ow.
The storm comes down.
That Doom Banner's a problem. Doom Banner's a problem. Get out of there.
Okay.
Oh, no, Spaniard's in the back. He intercepted the Orochi.
Oh, nice.
That's unfortunate. And Rippy's gonna drop as well.
So what do you guys think about, like, the best way to go against this new hero is then?
It is there. It exists. You can force it, but it's not something that's going to be notable versus, like, a Thera.
Especially when you have a Doom Banner to support you, right?
True. That's fair.
We can see here, teams were put into breaking, but unfortunately, oh no, the pin. That was a cool interaction.
Indeed.
The pin prevented the HUD from going through, I think. We can go cut across to the one.
Okay, Havoc.
Matchup. Bean comes into support.
Aww.
Orochi is down, and we're about to hit breaking real soon here for Team SKS.
Beware the breaking, especially with the executions. Varangian's got some decently quick ones on the board. That will be...
I believe he's like the #1 Lawbringer. Nice. Her eyes were orange, and it was the first time I've seen eyes like that. Shino, probably a good counter for her. Goddamn Shinobis. Probably.
2 versus 2, Havoc is here to assist, and the Spaniards in the back.
Yes, sir, and health power seems to be in the favor of Team SKS here. The Fire Blast comes down, but unfortunately, it doesn't do much as Havoc picks up the execute there at the back. Vitello trying to see what he can do, but they do have one member down in the form of Normie on the Varangian guard. 2v2 situation there. Rippy falls. 3 members down here for Team SKS as RNG look to take up the win. Ocelotl gets executed.
Bean's dead!
Bean falls to the ground, and the last member, the Shigoki, falls as RNG pick up the victory.
The best 1v1 player dies to Freeze.
Yeah.
Headline.
Yeah, that Spaniard dude said.
Yeah, Bean is probably not going to live in town.
I feel you, bro.
All right. So there's many things we could say. However, I want to give a little bit of time for players to think up their answers for the interviews because I imagine some players have some explaining to do.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
let's have a look. Final look. Let's see here. So, question in the chat: what's my personal favorite execution? Me. Personal favorite execution? It would have to be actually probably Orochi's, or one of his original. Actually, no, Kensei the backstab. Classic. It's quick. It's been in the game for years. That's my personal favorite.
My one, I would probably say the Orochi, where I forgot the name, but you like jump on the knee, off of the knee, jump in the air,
Slice
your head
off the
super
head.
quick execution.
Yeah, I
Instant
love
jump,
quick
jump, hit back
executions,
cross, we're in the game
honestly.
again.
Hito counters the all guards. Well, if they're gonna go for the superior blocks, the dodge blocks, you can probably just easy grabs if you feint heavies.
We got a bit of time. Oh, hey, Giga George Raker, how you doing? I see you in chat. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, there's quite a few streamers in the scene that actually do hold up the directory quite a fair bit, just raw stream time. I would love to go into the full list, but Giga Raker being one of them, there is quite a fun list. I'd say after the stream, if you want to sort of keep the good vibes going, check out the directory and see people's reactions to the stream. That's what personally I want to see. However, I'm going to stop myself before I end up going the full thing because I could just talk about the directory forever and the cool people in it.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate it. We once again appreciate the opportunity to be able to cast the exhibition portion of the new hero reveal.
Yeah, good shit for
We love
y'all.
every time that we come here, we love that the game is still getting so much love and support from both the developers and also the players at home. We do have a losers interview lined up for us. But before that, do you want to just give us quick final words for Velocity?
Game's great. For under 10 years.
Aramusha mixed with Black Prior.
Much love to the people back home and the dev team, and I'll be casting it off to Brian with the
Is that like executions that make people suffer? Y'all are funny.
Hey, here we are. I am joined by the L squad.
Aw.
So that's not awkward.
Why would you say that?
What happened?
I guess we just couldn't beat them. We really tried our best. There was a game we came back, we made the biggest comeback, tried to get the momentum going, but in the end, they just outplayed us around the end, and G's to them, really.
You had some great plays in there as Varangian guard. How does the hero feel to you? What did you like about it, and where did you find yourself struggling?
The hero feels really nice. Offensively, maybe he's not like the most like offensive character, but his defense is more than enough to compensate for that. Like neutral CCs, chain CCs, the full block recover cancel as well feels really cool to use. Really good full block as well, stops all the chains. So he
step on my
feel like
back
a
and drop the
defense-
axe on.
defense
Oh
machine.
yeah.
Yeah, you had a couple moments in there where you really were able to utilize that full block to your advantage against multiple opponents, and just kind of bide your time and stall, and it was nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we'll go down the line if you want to pass the mic. Mr. Bean, what happened?
Mr. Bane.
Had some mishaps, but obviously they came out the victor.
What was your moment where you thought,
damn,
oh,
Havoc
we
is
got
tatted
this,
up.
and then you realized, no, we don't.
I was a little tier 1. I just kept trying to like respawn and heal, but I couldn't. I kept dying. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
No,
just kept dying.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it happens to the best of us.
Definitely in practice, but yeah.
Yeah, do you think top heavy would have saved you? Okay. Let's go to Havoc.
Hello.
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 Do you feel like you misused your warden pick?
Yeah, I missed opportunity. I feel like if I'd have picked Warden, we might have just won at the end there. But nah, I don't know. I struggled against Normie, to be honest, on the new hero. He was just messing me up every time. You know, she's strong. You just gotta be careful around her because of full block and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going back to Jules. Full stresses me out.
And Mr. Spaniard, how was it fighting against the new hero?
Well, you can't full block a drop attack. So he's not Black Prior. Well, she's not Black Prior. So that was my tactic. These guys persuaded me not to play Nusha in the last match, which was probably a good idea. But yeah, I think the new hero is amazing. Looks really cool. Was pretty scary when piloted by Normie, but honestly, I think Nutella's Berserker was even scarier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to run away a lot, and I got caught a lot. I died.
Well,
even
that's
more.
that's that BBW, that big Beyblade winner.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna shuttle you guys off stage and get the winning team out here.
Good job,
we'll
guys.
Move back to them in just a second.
True. Makes y'all better than a lot of people. So hell, you did good. You did good. Normie, Marco Yolo, Nutella, Freeze. Yeah, I've never heard any of these guys before. It was putting in work. Havoc missed his wife's birthday for this and he lost. It's all good. It's all good. I think he held his own pretty well. Highlander executions are really, really good. I like when the Black Pirate stabs his shield into the foot and slowly punches his sword into his opponent when he looks at them. Black Prior romantic for real. I also like when the Lawbringer picks someone up and snaps their neck. Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah, that shit's personal. That shit is personal.
Good. All right, and we are joined back again with the winning team. How'd it go?
Yeah, it went amazing. I was super pleasantly surprised where I went, and I'm glad I could pick up the hero so fast.
Yeah, you were really ripping and tearing there with the Varangian guard. How did she feel in your hands? What did you like?
The all guard, definitely, obviously. It's really strong in team fights. And just having big hitboxes fly around, you are able to pop that all guard, and then you interrupt everyone. It's super strong. It shifts the momentum of the team fight.
And where were you finding yourself struggling as you learned the new hero and adapted? Like, what are your pain points? Where are you going to have to work on it?
Well, her offense isn't the best of the best, but you have to work a bit harder. But once you do land your stuff, it's really satisfying.
Gotta be patient, I
you can
bet.
still do everything on her. She's really consistent.
Yeah, she seems to have that real like surprise quality there. All right, let's toss it over to Mr. Nutella.
Did you say it was rigged?
So that match went great. Though I basically only did well because normally I asked me to swap off the Zerk. Playing a character like Tambushi into this character would be a death wish. You can't have too many big hitboxes around. She shuts them down instantly.
And Freeze, do you think the drop attack is what got you through this?
You think so? You're bringing that up again, just like last time? No, they baited it out really well. I didn't expect that one. And my drop attack, I don't want to talk about that one.
Okay.
I don't.
How did it feel to fight against Varangian?
Yeah,
Bringing guard.
during rehearsals, I was playing Magi, and it was not fun. I switched off that one. Went a lot better. So yeah, big hitboxes, you really need to pay attention where you throw those around her.
And Mr. Marco.
Yo.
I love the hugs.
I just hugs everywhere.
Just
Hugs
hug
for
your
everyone.
way to victory.
Absolutely.
How does it feel?
The hugging or the victory?
Yes.
Both. Great. Amazing. Love it. Love to spread the love.
Well, we have some prizes here for the winning team. As you can maybe see on camera. If you want to pick that up, Normie, and just show the people at home. So,
I guess you don't drink from it.
Because we've got Varangian guard, fully armored Viking, you need to have a fully armored drink vessel. So we've got some corne à boire or some Viking drinking horns.
Honestly, I would drink out of it.
So these prizes you can take home, you can show them off, and you'll always know you were victorious over the other guys. So thank you so much for the exhibition match. For everybody at home, stay tuned because we'll be right back with seasonal customization. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, man. Anybody in here want to watch all this? Because I think I got my fill for the new hero. But if you guys would like to watch season customization, I will keep it on. If not, I'm gonna go back on Ghost of Tsushima. I fuck with the Sent Uppercut axe. That shit feel personal too. I don't think I know that one. Sorry guys, excuse me for good. I can pull it up on my TV if you want to switch over. Alright, Genji. That was fun though. I'll definitely do more of that. This is my first time like tuning into one of these, so I never realized like how in depth they get on these new heroes. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Man, I bet Ocelots and Medjays was going crazy. Man, I should have tuned in for Medjays. I would have loved to like hear like the history and all that shit for that. You know what I mean? Damn it, I miss my peoples. I missed it.
Welcome back. back.
Oh, hang on, who's
I am
this?
joined once
I'm always
again
down for
by
seeing
the
girls.
Always wonderful Alex. How are you doing today?
Absolutely.
Production manager?
So happy to have you back on the team.
W.
Lovely to be here.
So today we've got, with the new hero, we've got new armor variations coming. But before we get to those armor variations, we're going to talk a little bit about the event pass, which is coming up February 1st through February 22nd.
All right.
We've got the Varangian Guards Pledge. And so, Alex, what can you tell us about the rewards?
So in this event pass, we have the Guards Commitment Battle Outfit, which is very Varangian inspired. It's got a little bit of mosaic patterning. Really get you into the spirit of being a Varangian. For the mood effect, it is Katla's Quarry with a symbol that you'll really become.
For Honor, 8 versus 8? Ooh. Do you guys think they would ever, like, up the fucking lobbies? That would be so cool.
Is guard loyalty is a shield, really getting.
That would be
into the
really, really
mindset of
cool.
Being a human shield, guarding others.
8 versus 8 would be so cool.
I already have a couple heroes in mind that I'm going to put that drip onto. Looking forward to that. So again, you can get those in the free event pass February 1st.
Skyrim is for the Nords.
22nd. But I said armor variations, and I know that's what people that's what the people
Good.
want. So what can you tell us about the armor variations coming up? And
Someone said I missed the beginning. Can someone tell me what the special announcement was?
Sure. So
Just go back to the thing,
we're going to have
bruh.
the continuation of the set that we started last season. So last season we got our Knights and Samurai. This to you, we're going to be bringing Viking, Woolen, and Outlanders. So it is kind of light
All right.
colors, very, very clean. In fact, all of the armor.
Alrighty, I have had enough. I was so hyped for Ocelot because the Aztec. No, I feel you. It was pretty cool. I didn't really get into the Warriors Den until like Pirate. I fuck with 8 versus 8, not for real. 8 Highlanders sound like a good time. Or free for all with like 8 players. That would be kind of crazy. It would. I need to change back my stuff.